Typefaces. There are probably millions of fonts out there, and it's hard to know where to look for a good typeface for your next branding, print, or web project. So I wanted to highlight 5 of my favorite indie typeface foundries. These are from independent designers who maybe are new to you, and I just want to dive in and showcase some of their work and some of my favorite fonts from their portfolio. First up is Ayaka B. Ito, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I love all of her fonts. I am just eagerly awaiting for her to release a new font that she's been working on. And here's just a little bit of her current portfolio. Rinko, this is the one I really want. That's been used on her site. Jasmine, Flora, Gabriel. Her work is just fantastic. Her entire portfolio is just impeccable. Her use of typography, not only in the typefaces that she creates, but how she sets typography is just absolutely stunning. Here's a look at Flora, one of the typefaces that she sells. And I just love this ligature here and just the really strong attention to detail that she has in her work. This is a really beautiful, just the website layout is really beautiful, how she's showcasing the font in use. And you can see a little bit more of the typeface here and just some fun characteristics that she includes, such as this element here for all caps and the beautiful italics. And yeah, Ayaka B. Ito, someone to definitely keep your eye on as she releases new typefaces in the future. The next one is my friend Alex from Routine Creative, and he has an impeccable style, and I love the versatility within his portfolio of typefaces. Here's just a glance at his portfolio right now of fonts for sale, and you can use these. A lot of these are display fonts, and then some are more versatile than that, but there's just a lot of great variety here. And each one, I know he spends a ton of time crafting and taking care of the details with the typeface, but they're really unique typefaces within here. Here's a glance at one of them that I've had my eye on for a while, which is Cherry Bomb. He's also a brand identity designer, and so I love that he has this background of designing for brands, and so he keeps that in mind as he's designing typefaces. And just a really fun style that he has here. Even just this right here is inspiration in itself for typesetting. So this is Alex from Routine Creative. Next up is mcletters. I love all of his designs. He has a whole lettering portfolio, logos, but he also sells fonts as well. And I've snagged a few of these on my own because I think that they're really unique. And he has a really unique perspective as a typeface designer. And I'm going to dive in. I'm looking at these. I think I've grabbed like 5 of these fonts from him. Each of these, by the way, are at pretty great price points. This is Malibu right here. I've purchased this font. And I love the hand-drawn aesthetic that he brings into his typefaces, but also it's very legible. And you can tell he takes a lot of care with the details, and it's not simply like scanned in lettering. It's really beautiful. And even this in itself also is just great typesetting inspiration. This is an all caps font, and he's got a lot of different typefaces available. But that's just one that I've purchased that I really like. Next up is Brandon Nickson, and he has a really fantastic portfolio. Let me scroll to the top here. It's going to take a while. At a steal of a deal, you have all these font bundles you can purchase. Oftentimes when he releases a new typeface, it's free for a while, and then it goes up to something like this, like $12. So very affordable typefaces for the great quality that he provides. I'm just going to scroll through. It's going to take a while because he has such a fantastic portfolio. I don't know how he knocks out typefaces so quickly, but Brandon has a really great style. Also, I feel like his style he has a lot of playful elements, and then also very, like this one, wispy, almost like ornate and classic, and more refined style as well. So here's just a glance at his current portfolio. By the time this is released, maybe he will have already added to it because he is constantly producing new typefaces, and each one is just beautiful. I've highlighted a few of his from his portfolio that I've purchased. Creek Lane is one of those. This is a really great style, all caps, and you can see it laid out here, beautiful in a logo type. And just really fun characteristics within his typefaces. I feel like each typeface he creates has some distinctive characteristics, even this A, how he does this part right here, just really beautiful. Next up is Kinks, and I thought this was a really fun typeface, more playful, and just I love like this imperfect style that he incorporates in some of his more playful brands or more playful typefaces that could create a playful brand if you use it for a logo type or as like a display type. And then lastly is Wispy. This one I could not stop thinking about once he released it. I just thought it was very unique, almost like a black letter type style. It's a modern Gothic typeface, but it's very unique for layouts. I feel like an Italian restaurant would do well with this in their menu design. A lot of different kind of uses for this type of font here, but it's a really great display. And lastly, we have a Pier, James Kaufman, and he has some really great fonts in his portfolio. I will say a lot of his portfolio has a very distinct style that I love, which has kind of a handcrafted style to it, but also this, I feel like he has a desert influence or Southwest American kind of influence that I really dig for certain brands. I think would be absolutely beautiful. And so he has got a lot of typefaces here, a lot of displays or that you could use for logo types. Here's one that I purchased called Costa. And like it says here on the side, it's he's very, very inspired by like Mexican villages, hand painted signs. You'll see that on a lot of his typefaces. They're inspired by kind of signage. And here's just a look at that one here. Love the imperfectness of this typeface, but also the legibility that comes with it, especially when tracked out a bit. And the last one here is, I think, Mojave. I'm not sure how you pronounce this. Is a really great typeface I also recently snagged. And I just love kind of its utilitarian type view to it. It says it was inspired by hand-drawn maps and cartography. And I could see that from in the Southwest as well. So it's just really fun, new typefaces. Hopefully one of these Foundries is new to you. I love supporting independent designers. They spend an incredible amount of time crafting typefaces and to have them all at pretty affordable prices for you. And hopefully this introduces you to someone new and inspires you for your next typography project.